Chiva Mnangagwa Chiva.
Chiva.
Chiva Mnangagwa Chiva.
Chiva.
Chiva North America Province Chisa.
Chiva.
Chisa Chamisa Chisa.
Chiva.
Chisa Chamisa Chisa.
Chiva.
Ezoko. Ozoko. Thank you. Let me respect the entire membership of North America Province. Without you, there will be no province to talk about. And thank you for the work that you are doing, that you did in 2020. Let me also respect our 14 branch chairpersons here present and our 3 district chairpersons, Mr. Bako from Canada, Mr. Gwekwerere, East Coast, and Mr. Munjanja, West Coast. And let me respect, a lot of respect to our Assembly of Women. To those who don't know, we have a very vibrant Assembly of Women here, to which we invite all the women in the province to be part of. And the Assembly is led by our chair lady, Maima Zivire, very hardworking Assembly of Women. We thank you for the work that you are doing. The work that you have been doing is well recognized even in Harare. Here, we appreciate you as well. Let me also respect and welcome our Assembly of Youth. Without the youth, there is no MDC Alliance. You are the backbone of the party. You are the future of the party. Chairman Musara, you want to be called Commander. Commander Musara, thank you so much for the work that you are doing. Recently, the Secretary General of the party, your Secretary General, the Youth Secretary General, Ostalos, called me and told me about the good work that you did. He was almost in tears as he was thanking the province, but in particular the Youth Assembly, for what you did for him when he lost his father. And that's what we do as Machinja. We always stand in solidarity. Let me welcome members of our ADCOM, our Provincial Administrative Committee. This is the committee that runs the day-to-day work of the province. They meet every month, but most often they are called to attend meetings whenever there is an emergency, which means last year alone they had more than 12 meetings. They are a very committed group. We thank you, ADCOM, members of the Provincial Executive Committee, PEC, which are in our case, together with the PC, the Provincial Council, are the highest decision-making bodies of the province. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all the work that you are doing to keep this province going. I know I also invited my fellow provincial chairpersons from other provinces. If they manage to make it, if any one of them manage to make it, I just want to say you're welcome and thank you for joining us. Today, I once again stand before you as a humble cadre of North America Province to deliver the second State of the Province address. My fellow Machinja, admittedly, 2020 was a very difficult year because of the global pandemic of COVID-19. Our province was not spared. Quite a number of our members were attacked by the deadly flu, and we thank God they all recovered. Some of our members lost loved ones here and in Zimbabwe, and as a party, we lost a few leaders to the pandemic. I wish to convey the province's heartfelt condolences to each affected member. I also want to acknowledge that we went through this difficult situation not on our own, but through the grace of the Lord. We want to thank Pamavi for praying for the province, for praying for all those that got sick. Whenever we got a message that someone was sick, we would quickly congregate and pray for them. But not only that, even our president, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, was with us at that difficult time. Those early days when we had 6 members falling sick to COVID-19, we called him and he acknowledged by asking for the phone numbers of all those 6 people. I want to tell you that he called them individually and prayed with them. I think our president deserves a big round of applause. That was humbling. I know people are muted. But of course, today I want to introduce to you to one of our members who spoke to the president. Last time when we had a meeting, he said, Chief, you should have given me a chance to speak to the people about what happened. I'm going to give you just 2 minutes to share with us your experiences. Our sister from Chicago, Sister Mushibe. Please, you can go ahead.
Okay, so thank you, Chief. And first of all, I just want to say hi to everybody who's here present. And like Chief said, I really want to testify something that is really big. Like I had COVID early last year when the pandemic was really getting bad. That's when I got COVID. It was really bad. I was hospitalized, but the party chief was like getting in touch with me and asking how I was. And lucky enough, the day that he called, that's the day that I had tested positive. So I told him I was positive, I was feeling sick, and then he said, okay, he prayed with me, he prayed for me, he asked for other people to pray for me. Then that same day, I think after a few hours, I got a call and the number, I did not realize it. And then I asked who that person was, and he said, Chamisa. I'm like, Chamisa? I'm like, oh my gosh, the president calling me? He's like, yes, we want to pray. And then he prayed with me. He acknowledged that God is going to take care of everything. Still, I was so sick, but I couldn't believe. After the prayer and when he was gone, I still couldn't believe. I'm like, what kind of a leader is this calling me, asking me, and praying with me? I was humbled. I was really humbled. That even though I was on a deathbed because COVID is really bad, I was sick. So since that day, I have always envisioned President Chamisa as a people's person, not only as a politician, no, a caring leader who is really there, because I don't hold a position in the party. I'm just a nobody in the MDC. But he called me and prayed for me, and the coming days until I went into the hospital, I came back home, he continued to pray for me and sending messages of to just strengthen my will, and he continued to do that throughout my whole sickness period. I was humbled. I'm still humbled up to today, and I just want to testify that I could have died, and I could not have had a chance to say this, and nobody could ever have known about this. But the fact that I lived and I can testify and just say the president we have is a caring president, is not like the normal politicians that we have in this world, because I have never heard of anything like this. So President Chamisa, if anybody is close to him or if he ever had to listen to this, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You gave me strength. You gave me everything to come out of this through your prayers, through everybody's prayers. And I still need to see him someday and thank him, because when you get a prayer from a leader, it really helps you when you are down. So I don't want to take a lot of time. Vice President Mrs. Corey also called me and prayed with me. She continued until up to this day. She still asks how I am. So I want to testify that this is a party of people that care for people. It's not a party that is like towards election, here's a bottle of cooking oil, vote for me. I just want to say these are leaders that we need in our country to move forward, because they care about people. I don't have much time. I know the chief, you have a lot of things that you want to say to people, but please remember that this president we have is really caring. In Henry, in his heart, he has a heart that cares for the people, not the politicians who are. I don't want to talk about the other politicians, but President Chamisa was really, really a leader that showed leadership to me, and I will forever be grateful. And I don't want to, Michael, continue to pray for me too. So Chief, Dr. Ranga, and everybody that prayed for me, I want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We can unmute folks. I think this deserves a round of applause. Let's unmute and give our leader here. She says she calls herself a nobody. She's not a nobody. Let's acknowledge the good words, also the good actions from our leaders, Vice President Michael and our President. We need new leaders, and we need God-fearing leaders. Moving on, during the same period, folks, ZANU-PF took advantage of the pandemic to manipulate the courts to hand down the infamous Corona judgment, which opened doors for the recall of our members of parliament and councillors, and Harvest House was also illegally taken over by the political charlatans that are Kupe, Monzora, and others. Yet, despite these setbacks, the party has remained intact in Zimbabwe and here. And again, allow me to bring up two important facts here. Our party is still intact because we have a calm captain who is patiently and carefully navigating through some dangerous and rough waters. The good thing is the ship is not sunk, and neither is it sinking. The ship is still moving towards its destination, and that destination is a new Zimbabwe. And we are going to get to that new Zimbabwe. I have no doubt about it. And the second point is that I want members here to know and always remember is that President Chamisa was offered the leader of the House position, that position that Dr. Kupe and Monzora are fighting for right now. I was privy to some of the contents of the package. You were supposed to get 2 beautiful houses in the least suburbs of Harare, fully furnished, 3 state-of-the-art vehicles, coming with security agents, security officers, and everything. and also thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Any young person would have jumped to that offer. Any person, for that matter, would have thought about their personal aggrandizement first without thinking about anything else. But President Chamisa chose to stand with the people. I was there in Harare when President Chamisa addressed members of the press at Brondby Hotel. And he declared that he was never going to go to bed with Emmerson Mnangagwa. And I want to tell you that our president and the entire leadership are still where they were on the 31st of July. They have not moved an inch. We could have been talking about something else right now. We could have been talking about President Chamisa in Parliament and a few individuals being given ministerial positions. And that would have been the end of any opposition in Zimbabwe, because that's the aim of Emmerson Mnangagwa. And I want to tell you that I'm also privy to the information that some leaders within our party, within our National Standing Committee, within the National Executive Committee and the National Council were even pushing the president to accept those breadcrumbs. But he refused. He remained steadfast to what he had said, to his promise of the people. And to me, that's being principled. That's principled leadership. And I'm humbled by that. But anyway, moving back home in North America, here in North America province, we are beginning 2021 the same way we ended 2020. Busy and working very hard as a province. Despite the effects of COVID-19, the province maintained visibility through virtual meetings, e-rallies, and e-demonstrations, a new concept that began with North America province. Looks like everything begins in North America. And of course, now all the other provinces, including the Democrats. You saw the Democrats, after their Congress, which was also virtual. They were doing virtual demonstrations, virtual rallies. And when we started this, people were asking, what is this? Chief, what is this? But it's now the new normal. It's called strategizing around the circumstances that we have. As a province, we did a total of 6 virtual gatherings with our very vibrant Women Assembly, contributing to that. Through these Zoom meetings, we had opportunities to be addressed by the Presidium, VP Welshman, VP Iti, VP Kore, National Chairman Pavita Kumalo, all of them on more than one occasion. At least half the Standing Committee addressed the province, and these included Organizing Secretary Honorable Chibaya, Honorable Chidziva, Senators Coulthard and Timvias, Honorable Timba, and many others. The purpose of all these meetings was always to give information to our members, because we believe as a province that information is key. In fact, nowadays they say information is the new money. In addition, the province fulfilled the constitutional mandate of having a PEC, Provincial Executive Committee, meeting every month and administrative meetings with ADCOM every month, with information of these meetings being ably disseminated by our very able communications department. Some members raised concerns of information not getting to them, and we take those concerns very seriously. After that, it was actually DMV that brought up that issue, and thank you so much for that, because it got us running up and down, running around. I sat down with the Secretariat and I asked them, what can we do to make sure that people are getting information? Now we post, you can argue with me that you posted the information on the WhatsApp group, but some people don't get to the WhatsApp group every day. And when you post something, after 10 minutes, you can't see it, you can't find it. So we discovered that the WhatsApp is not a reliable way of communicating with members. So from now on, we have already sorted everything out. From now on, you'll be getting information, notices of meeting, decisions, or anything that would have been discussed in the ADCOM or in the Provincial Executive Committee, or information that would have gotten from Harare. You are going to get it in your email. Even our provincial accounts, you'll be getting them from your email. And I want to thank our secretariat for doing that, because it took a lot to compile that mailing list. But I'm glad that issue of information has been resolved. And as we begin 2021, using our branch chairpersons, district chairpersons, and communications department, we will put in measures that ensure every member has access to information in the province. This will remain a priority. The province continues to fulfill the other mandates of a provincial external assembly exceptionally well. We have a good record with Harare. We remain the MDC Alliance's biggest mouthpiece when it comes to international advocacy or international activism. Letters and papers were written to members of the international community outlining the atrocities being committed by the regime, exposing Emerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF in the process. We amplified the Zimbabwean Lives Matter outcry in a manner that no other province did. You guys did a good job. You did this. We got Honorable Salesando from Botswana. Honorable Salesando is the leader of the opposition in Botswana. We also got Honorable Maimane, the former leader of opposition in the South African Parliament. And Honorable Ngaingombe from Namibia, and he is also the leader of the opposition there. Even President Chamisa was amazed, and he was asking, you guys, how did you pull this off? But that's what North America does. And that very high-profile conference or online discussion we had has prompted ZANU-PF to come after us using the draconian and senseless Patriot Bill, which we have already declared illegal and have vowed to fight. And we are going to fight it. We have already started fighting it. Working with other external assemblies, we have started fighting this repressive law. And we will leave no stone unturned to stop and resist it. Like I said before, information is key to any propaganda agenda. Our objective is to be able to control the narrative and set agendas on social media by 2023. When people are reading something, it has to be something that we are part of, that would have influenced. So to that extent, the province is successfully led in the formation of Change Radio. Of course, working with Harare and other external assemblies. The issue of the radio is in line with our 5-year strategic plan. This, my fellow Zimbabweans, is a milestone achievement which we should all cherish, be proud of, but above all, support. And when we are talking of support, yes, we need financial help. There's no doubt about it. We have employed 2 journalists in Zimbabwe who gathered the news for us. But we also need other help. We need editors, volunteer editors. We need writers. We need technical people who, there are a lot of things that we do on the radio. We have a very active and vibrant newsroom that is manned by volunteers. We don't call them volunteers, we call them champions. So you can still support, you can still volunteer. There are a lot of things that you can come and help us with. And of course, like I said, those who can donate financially, please feel free to do that. We are running this program. Sorry, I have to put a charger on my iPad here. We are running this project as North America, like I said, with other external assemblies, without any cent that has been taken from the province. We have not taken or we have not received any contribution from North America province. But I must acknowledge that we have been helped by individuals here in North America. And we call upon the province to start thinking about also contributing, because UK has done that, Australia has done that, Middle East has done that, Germany is doing that, and South Africa is also going to do that. So we'll be coming to North America province very soon, because there are things that we need to do that will need finances. But if the Lord speaks to you and you want to be part of this ambitious project, please get in touch with us. This, the radio offers a cheap alternative to online TVs like Zimbo Live, ZimEye, and others. Our research has shown that it's cheaper for someone to click on our link or to jump on our app that will be coming soon. We have paid for them, they just haven't delivered them, the service providers. But we've discovered that it's cheaper to just click on our link than for people to come and watch Chief Svosve on ZimEye or someone else on Zimbo Live. But the overall objective is to be able to get to the rural areas, to get a community radio license in Zimbabwe and start broadcasting to rural areas. And it is possible. We have already started speaking to consultants in Zimbabwe who can help us get that license. But of course, let's get this one running first, and definitely we'll get to where we want to get. Not only are we now able to articulate party positions, but we have also been able to produce news for Zimbabweans every day. The radio has at least 18 volunteers coming from across the world, with North America province providing 10 of them. A marketing and advertising department is being put in place, and soon the radio will begin to fly commercials to generate income for the radio so that we can become self-sufficient. So if there's anyone who has a knack of advertising or experience in commercials or who want to be involved in that, please get in touch as well. And Ndebele, Shona, Kalanga, and Tonga News will be gradually introduced soon as we get the champions. We call them the champions. If we get the volunteers, if we get more volunteers coming, I can assure you very soon you'll be hearing news in Shona, Ndebele, and Tonga. So please volunteer. Moving forward, as a province, we adopted a North America First slogan. 2021 must see the province growing in membership. The good thing is we have been allowed to go back to our membership portal, which is user-friendly and something we have control over. If you were not muted, you would have clapped hands for us. You would have given us a big round of applause. It has been a long fight. It has been a long, odious fight with Zimbabwe for us to be allowed to operate our own website. And we have been allowed now just a few days after we were told. Using the problematic national website, we still managed to recruit 54 members. As I'm speaking right now, I have the card here for the 34 members that registered through the website. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, there they are. Those are the cards. We're going to start distributing them. Very beautiful cards. It's like our bank cards. So these are 34 cards that we received. 34 members. Those 34 members have already been integrated into the province. The other 20 are we still haven't gotten the names. And these are some of the teething problems we have with the national website. We received the cards, but now we have to distribute them again. We have to look for them. We don't have enough information. That's why we are still holding on to them. We only have emails. We don't have phone numbers of those people, but we're getting in touch with them, and that the 20 other members will get the names very soon, and we'll be introducing them to the province. We urge the organizing department to work with branches and districts to ensure gap filling is done, because there's no excuse. We have the people. Even this year, when we didn't recruit many people, we still have 34 that we have right now and 20 that are coming. So why should we be having gaps in our branches, in our districts, so that people can work? Recruitment e-rallies will be held once again, this time at a branch level. But I must say I'm impressed by what I'm getting, what I'm seeing from our organizing department. I had a meeting with them a few days ago, and they've already started planning for the year. They're already well ahead of all the other departments. So I can see a lot of good things coming from our organizing department. They were telling me about other people that I've never heard of in America that they've already started having meetings with. And I was telling them that, yes, we need to balance between being infiltrated and getting more members. But I would prefer that we give a chance to Zimbabweans that want to work with us. And I also insisted, just like I insisted when I had a meeting with our branch in Texas, Dallas, that you're going, when you're recruiting, you're going to meet Zimbabweans that want to work for Zimbabwe, that want to work for the cause. Some that even want to donate to the MDC Alliance cause, but they don't necessarily want to be wearing a red shirt like me or getting an MDC card. Let's tolerate those people. Let's work with them. Let's find somewhere where they can be allowed to participate and do something for the country that they love. I've worked with people like that before who didn't want to be MDC, but they were still supporting the MDC Alliance. All they didn't want was to be associated with a political party, but they were prepared to pump out money and to do everything to support. Those people are there. That's why the MDC Alliance has 1 million members, but President Chamisa was voted in by 2.6 million. The other 1.6 are not MDC card holders. They are Zimbabweans. Let's create a platform for those Zimbabweans here in North America. Let's be tolerant. The president talked about a BBI, Breaking Barriers Initiative, where we should be taking people from other political parties. Let's move away from politics of hate. Let's move away from this notion where you see Mr. Rushido standing with Dr. Guni, who is ZANU-PF, and you start saying Mr. Rushido was standing with a Murakashi, therefore he is also a Murakashi. Let's move away from that notion. Those are the very people that we want to attract into our party. The people in ZANU-PF, the people in other political parties, the people that are sitting on the fence, the people that are not participating in MDC activities. We have to show them that we are a tolerant party. So let's get them on as we recruit this year. North America province first will see us turning this province into a commercial entity or hub. The 2 online shops with 1 already operational are only the beginning. We are partnering with other provinces to establish money transfer businesses, and also we are tapping Western Union, World Remit, MoneyGram, and others so they can commit to social responsibility programs in Zimbabwe. They do it with other countries. They donate a lot of money to social responsibility programs in Brazil, in Kenya. They do that. Why are they not doing that in Zimbabwe? And we want them to donate the money through our channels, not through the Zimbabwean government. It is us, the people in the diaspora, that are remitting money. We remit at least $314 million every quarter, which adds up to almost $1 billion every year. And we're getting nothing from that. So we are busy with them right now. We have had meetings. Those I met with in Texas, I showed them the papers. I showed them some of the agreements that we have because we were there physically. I showed them, and they saw the work that we are doing. And I think the program is going to come out very well. This is a project to which we are committed to, and we'll do everything as a province to get it off the ground. Of course, working with Australia, working with UK. You saw Mr. Nyampanda, whom we brought here to talk to you about this very ambitious program. Allow me to acknowledge our member and organ in DMV, I think Mr. Mbaya. He spoke on the day that we invited our guest from Australia. I don't know if Mr. Mbaya is here. He doesn't even remember, or he doesn't even know. Of course, you would not know. He doesn't even know that the idea that he gave us on that day in that meeting, we have taken it up. Because after that meeting, we were discussing the issue of remittances, that we want Western Union to do this for us. And then we were saying, Mr. Nyamba, why are we trying to get the little from Western Union? We can actually do like what Mr. Mbaya suggested in our meeting. And he said, yes, why are we not doing that? And I want to tell you that now, as we are speaking, because Mr. Nyampanda got to work in Australia, and he discovered that there was a young man in Australia who already has a license for this kind of business. So we've already put together papers and drafted a partnership between external assemblies and that young man. And we should be rolling out the program very soon. We'll bring our Australian gentlemen to come and talk to us about it as soon as we are ready. Other fundraising activities must be done to augment the business side of the province. Let's have branches doing online auctions, 50-50, raffles. There are so many things, there are so many low-hanging fruits that branches can do. I told our Dallas branch that they need to open an account. And I'm encouraging everyone here, all the branch chairpersons present, that please start opening your account. The programs that will be rolling out will be, in a way, the branches will be benefiting. And besides that, we also want you to be doing your own fundraising activities, to be working with Dr. Ranga in his online shop. Please get some stuff there and start making money as branches. Those are things that we can do. It's a year that we expect more from our fundraising committee and branches. Our treasury will provide leadership on this. I'm not talking a lot about our treasury because they've prepared their accounts for 2020, and like they did last year, they'll be calling you for a meeting so that we sit down and they present the accounts, they show you the money that came in the province, the fundraisers, and the money that is sitting in the account, in particular the presidential funds, which no one is charged, because we said that money will not be charged. And I can assure you that the president should be coming this year. He cannot fail to come. It's on his and the party's best interest for the president to come and meet the new administration. Otherwise, you will see Monzora and Coupe here. So I don't think you would want those to come here first before he is here. The annual conference and leadership workshops. The annual conference is constitutional. It must be held without fail. I'm using the word must, because we were supposed to have it last year. We didn't have it. Of course, there was COVID, but we have never had it. We should have it this year. It doesn't matter whether it's going to be virtual or physical, but it has to happen. A committee has to be put in place before end of January to take care of that. We also expect the United Nations demo committee to be set up before end of the month. I know that we are still in COVID times, but we don't want to be caught unawares, whether we still be having COVID in November or not. We need to have something around that important debt. It's a very important debt. We have always had big demonstrations. If we can't have a big demonstration physically, let's have a big demonstration online. So let's prepare for that. Let's set up a committee for that, so that we start working on that. And besides that, COVID allowing, we'll be having big demonstrations in South Africa, and those who want to buy tickets will be given the dates in advance, because those demonstrations are not for South Africa, they are for external assemblies. We are trying to make South Africa another battleground. Again, youth assembly and women assembly should have their own annual conferences as per the constitution. Youth, you are very blessed because you have Organ Kura here, who has organized many annual conferences. You can rely on him for information and guidance. And again, this can be physical or virtual, depending on the situation. Challenges. There's no organization that runs without challenges. One of the biggest challenges that we have faced as a province is the total participation by leaders in their different capacities. There are leaders that are occupying positions, but have not attended any meeting, and that's very sad, and have not carried out any of the duties that go with their positions. If you have a leader, if you have a branch chairperson, district chairperson who hasn't held a meeting ever since he was put in office, hold them accountable. Ask them, Chairman, why are you not having meetings? Secretary, what's going on? The Constitution stipulates that non-performance should lead to office bearers being relieved of their positions. As a province, because of our circumstances, we've been lenient, but as we move to this phase of the struggle, it will be necessary to request the non-performing office bearers to make way for those willing to work. Nonetheless, we have leaders that have performed exceptionally well. I must say that. Keep up the good work. Your work is noticeable and highly commendable. Let 2021 be another year for you to shine and contribute to the struggle in a bigger way. To all our members in North America, I say thank you. Thank you for all the work that you have done. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you for all your contributions. Thank you for supporting the struggle in such a manner. Let's keep going. We must not retreat, nor give up on our beautiful nation. We cannot give up on Zimbabwe. Let's not let go of the dream of making sure that all the people of our country live in dignity as equals, the same way we're doing here. We will not surrender to tyrants. We will not surrender to bigotry. We will not surrender to greed, corruption, and intimidation by ZANU-PF. And no amount of persecution and no number of legislation will stop us from fighting for the country, for our country, for Zimbabwe to be free. As I finish, I want to ask you a question. Do you want to die like a fool, as Martin Luther King Jr. said? Or you want to die fighting, as Che Guevara says? Personally, I want to die fighting. Amanda, you can unmute. Amanda. Amanda. Thank you, members of NEP.